Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Transformers Generation Select's Deluxe Class Cordon and Autobot Spinout. Now if you're not familiar with either of those names, I don't blame you. They are basically Diaclone repaints of Sunstreaker. So back in the day, the original Diaclone line used this mold to create these two characters. And then when we brought it over here, we changed the color to yellow and named him Sunstreaker. So they decided to reuse this mold by giving us these two Diaclone references in Cordon and Autobot Spinout. Again, I'm not super familiar with either of them, but I really loved the Sunstreaker mold, so I decided to pick this up. I think they look good. So putting that off to the side, packaging, there's not even really anything to talk about. It's the standard Generation Selects cardboard packaging with that kind of spray paint look that they have going on. And then we just have directions on the inside. So pretty much it for that. Let's go ahead, let's get these guys out of this plastic tray and we'll take a closer look. So here they are out of the packaging, and you can pretty much tell right away, they're just repaints of Sunstreaker. There's not a whole lot different going on here. We'll throw him in the center and you can see, I mean, Spinout has the light bar molded onto the chest, so the Autobot symbol's a little bit smaller. You know, because he's a red color scheme, they outlined his in white. Not a ton different going on here. Few obviously different paint applications, but it's just the Sunstreaker mold, and that's fine. I really like the Sunstreaker mold. I'm going to take a look at Cordon first. We'll put Spinout off to the side over here. He looks good, though. I kind of really like the yellow eyes on this figure. Even though he's an Autobot, it makes him look kind of menacing and creepy. It just works really well. I don't know why. I just like the look of it. I like the kind of blue metallic whatever's going on here under the windshield. Looks really neat. Again, I really like the Autobot symbol. He's got kind of a matte finish here for the roof of the car. You got this section painted black where it wasn't on Sunstreaker. Otherwise, not too much else different going on. We'll get into the articulation just real quick. I mean, it's exactly the same as Sunstreaker, but head is on a ball joint, so you can move that up and down, side to side. You have a joint in the, like, torso part of the shoulder. There's a hinge there. There's also a swivel there, and then there's another hinge in the actual shoulder itself. Bicep swivel, 90 degrees in the elbow. Nothing in the wrist because it rotates into the forearm. Waist swivel. Hip you can kick forward, kick back, kick out to the side, so nice range of motion there. Thigh swivel, 90 degrees in the knee, and then of course you have the ankle tilt. Unfortunately, some of the joints on mine are randomly loose, like this ankle's really loose. One of the, I think it's the knee joints on Spinout is a little loose, so that's kind of a bummer. Hopefully it's not mold fatigue already, but if we bring Spinout back in, I think he looks really good. His head sculpt, the blue eyes with the red on the side, I think looks good. Light bar's neat. He's got a translucent windshield, so there's some, I guess that's like a seat or something going on underneath there. But here you can see the knee on mine is kind of loose. Otherwise, he's pretty much the same. They all have the same back accessory. If you want to take that off and use it as a weapon, you can. It just unpegs, and I can drop it. And then he can hold it in his hand right here, like so. I'm not really, terribly fond of that as an accessory. I think it looks good on the back because that's where it's supposed to go. But I do wish they came with normal guns. I felt the same way about Sunstreaker with that release. I feel the same way about these two. So, but yeah, looks like some nice paint applications on the side and everything. I'm going to go ahead and do the transformation with Spinout. I'm only going to do it with one of them because it is exactly the same. So I'll transform Cordon off camera, and I'll just run you through the transformation real quick with this guy, and then of course we'll take a look at both of them. Alright, so the first thing you can do, go ahead and remove this piece from the back. You're going to fold the hands into the forearms, like so. You're going to open up the chest cavity by rotating that downward. Then the head is going to flip in like so. You can go ahead and rotate this 180 degrees. You're going to fold this section up like this. Same over here. This is going to come up and close over top of that. The legs will pop and shimmy around like that, so they kind of collapse in on themselves. And then you can peg this all together. This section is going to drop down here on the top. And we'll peg in if I can get everything to line up. Then you can see that there's a second swivel up here. So that's going to swivel around like so. And then you can make sure everything goes into place. You're going to rotate the hands around. These are going to come down like so. This is going to rotate and clip in like this. And then just repeat over here on this side. It's a pretty straightforward and easy transformation. If you've done Sunstreaker, it's exactly the same. And then just make sure all the panels line up. And there you go. You can bring this piece back in and peg it on top, just like that. And there is the transformation. Taking a look at Spin Out and Cordon in vehicle mode. Both look pretty good. Unfortunately, mine has this panel here a little messed up. I'm not really sure what happened to it. It came like this in the packaging, I guess. It's a little warped, and you can see there's some stress marks, and it's making it not sit 100% correctly in the vehicle mode, so I don't know, I'll have to take a look at that. But other than that, he looks pretty cool. Really reminiscent of Sideswipe in this mode with the red color scheme. But he looks good. And then Spin Out has the light bars. I'm not sure if he's supposed to be like a rescue vehicle or a police officer. I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but looks pretty cool. Bringing in Sunstreaker just to complete the trio. You can see, again, same mold. They're all very, very similar, just with some different paint applications. So I'm happy with all three of them. Like I said, I was a big fan of the Sunstreaker mold. I thought it was a great looking robot mode. It was a really fun transformation. I thought the vehicle mode looked really good. And I think that's still all very true about Cordon and Spin Out. So I'm really happy to have two more of them. So I think these guys are a lot of fun, but they really are just straight repaints of Sunstreaker. I guess you could say there's a slight bit of remolding for the light bar on Spin Out, but they're pretty much just repaints. So if for some reason you didn't like the Sunstreaker mold, then I would not pick these up because they haven't done anything to improve on it. They're just straight repaints. They are Diaclone references, so if that doesn't mean anything to you either, I guess you could pass on these. But at the end of the day, they're fun, good-looking repaints of a mold that I really enjoyed. I really like the robot mode. I think the transformation is fun and clever. A good bit of engineering there. I think the vehicle mode looks great. Really, really sharp. The only thing I complain about with this mold is they need proper weapons. This gray piece on the back looks great as a back accessory for robot mode, and it looks cool on the car and vehicle mode, but as an accessory, as a weapon, it just doesn't cut it. They need actual guns, so I don't know if that's something they can do another set later on of accessories or something like that they did the first time around. Probably won't, but I wish they had some kind of proper weapons, because that thing on the back is just not good enough. That's my only complaint. Otherwise, I think it's a really fun mold, and I definitely recommend getting at least one version. If you just stick to Sunstreaker, I get it, but I would definitely recommend getting at least one version of this mold, because I think they did a really nice job with it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.